Today is Tuesday, September 27th, and I've had a busy week.
We're sorry, the number you have dialed is not in service at this time.
Okay, since my vlog last week, I told you about the puppet audition, the Kids Puppet Show audition. I haven't heard back from that yet, but I've also submitted an audition to be a host for Screen Junkies. Hopefully I'll get somewhere with that. It was an open call, so we'll see what happens with that. I also got to audition for an indie film. Finally got an audition. More on that a little bit later. I sent in an application to the theme park I work at for a permanent position instead of the seasonal one that I'm doing right now. And I applied for an apartment. I think I told you I was going to see that. I put in an application, and I am 90% sure I got it. We'll see. It's all depending on one last bit of paperwork, and as long as everything pans out, I'll either move in this Thursday or Saturday. So, we'll see. With that in mind, this apartment allows one pet under 15 pounds. So, when I looked into that and I started to feel confident about this application process, I went online to look at my boys, see about getting Pinto back legally, and maybe sneaking Corbin in. Pinto has been adopted. It really sucks that it happened, but hopefully he is in a good home, being loved and cared for. So I hope he's okay, and I hope he's with a good family. Corbin, on the other hand, is still there. Probably because when they took a pic of him when I brought him in, it's kind of a horrible pic. So it sounds so horrible. I kind of get the feeling that, and maybe they're letting people know that he has heartworms, that's preventing him from being adopted. So finally, something bad for him is working in our favor, I guess. I don't know. I'm going to get him back if I get this apartment and try to pass him off as 15 pounds, even though he's 28, apparently. I'm pretty confident that I'll get this apartment. This apartment, by the way, is downtown Los Angeles. Super cheap. Why is it super cheap, you ask? Well, because I'll give definitive dimensions if I get the place, but I think the room I looked at was 10 feet by 10 feet. But it comes with a window, a closet. I'll mention why I got excited by that a little bit later. It also comes with a sink and a mirror and a small fridge and a microwave. It is a community bathroom. Well, not apparently there's 7 bathrooms per floor, so that should be okay. They'll probably be filthy as filthy can be, but I will deal with that for this price. And if I can have Corbin, I can honestly say I have been through worse. It'll be nice not using grocery market restrooms. Oh, and for those of you wondering, I do have access to showers. They have showers at the theme park, so I get to go there on my days off. Try not to go every day, even though I'd prefer to, just because I don't want people realizing that I don't have a place to live, because it's still embarrassing. Now, the reason I'm excited about a window and a closet, there were some places that were charging more for less. There was at least one room that charged, I think, $150 more than what I'd be paying for this apartment. And the room was a little bit bigger, but there was no window, no closet, no sink. It was just a light. It was the room didn't have a closet. The room was basically a closet. It was just a huge closet, and they were wanting to charge for that. I'm like, no, that's exactly. He knows what I'm talking about. I feel pretty confident about getting this place. So confident, I don't think I jinxed myself, but I'm feeling pretty confident that I went out and I bought a cot. because I don't have a bed to sleep in. And considering how tiny the room is, I think even a twin-size bed would take up too much space. So it'll be a cot. I'll sleep on that. Corbin will cuddle up with me. Getting ahead of myself. But let's not get too hopeful. I don't want to get too hopeful. I'm cautiously optimistic. But yeah, it'll be good to have him back if things work out. Now, for the film audition I was talking about, that was kind of a weird thing because my agent didn't get me the audition. Let me backtrack a little bit here. When I first got out here, my agent told me that they didn't do commercial work, which is obviously just commercial auditions. They tried to make they have some contacts out here for commercial agents, and I reached out to some of those and no one responded back except for one agent. I figured he didn't want to pick me up, either because I wasn't what they were looking for or because he actually remembered me. He was actually an ex-agent of mine from a different agency back in Austin. Backstory aside, he was subbing for my regular theatrical agent who was apparently out of town, and he got me the audition. So I wonder if I should email the owner and be like, hey, can you make so and so out here the permanent theatrical agent for your branch out here? Because apparently, and I guess in about a weekend of working, he got me an audition where in 6 months, 10 months even, my real agent couldn't get me an audition. And somebody pointed something out to me. Having a bad agent is better than having no agent. Because at the gig that I'm doing right now, we're all actors, so I brought up the audition, and I mentioned how it was my first audition since I moved out here in January, and I kind of mentioned a little gripe of how it's taken me this long. And someone mentioned that they knew other actors who have gone even longer without getting an audition. Now, I don't know if they have an agent or not, but it made me kind of sit back and realize, bad agent or not, even if I were on my own, I should be happy that I got the audition, which I was. Still would rather be getting more auditions. But I think it went well. I don't think I booked it, which I'm okay with. I'm just happy to be auditioning, so we'll see. I think that's it for now. I've got like 3 voice auditions I need to record, so I'm going to get to that. So until next time, be excellent to each other.